As the prevalence of diabetes continues to rise, many individuals with diabetes are turning to sugar-free beverages as a way to satisfy their thirst without risking spikes in blood glucose level. One popular sugar-free option is Coke Zero, a carbonated soft drink that contains artificial sweeteners instead of sugar. However, the question remains, is Coke Zero a good choice for people with diabetes? In this video, we will explore the latest studies and research to answer this question. Artificial sweeteners and weight loss. Research results on the effects of Coke Zero and other artificially sweetened beverages on weight loss are mixed. One 8-year observational study found that people who drank more than 21 artificially sweetened beverages per week almost doubled their risk of being overweight and obese, compared with people who didn't consume these kinds of drinks. The same study noted that total daily calorie intake was lower in individuals who drank diet beverages despite their increase in weight. This suggests that artificial sweeteners may influence body weight in other ways than calorie intake. Another study observed that drinking diet soda was associated with greater waist circumference over 9-10 years. On the other hand, many human intervention studies indicate that the use of artificial sweeteners is either neutral or beneficial for weight management. In one 6-month, randomized, controlled study, people with overweight or obesity experienced moderate weight loss of 2.5% of their body weight when replacing caloric beverages with diet beverages or water. In another study, people in a 12-week weight loss program who drank artificially sweetened beverages lost 13 pounds, while those drinking water lost 9 pounds. Thus, the evidence on the effects of artificially sweetened beverages on weight management is conflicting, and more research is needed. Coke Zero and diabetes. Coke Zero is a sugar-free carbonated beverage that was first introduced in 2005 as a low-calorie alternative to regular Coca-Cola. It contains artificial sweeteners, including aspartame and acesulfame potassium, which are used to provide a sweet taste without adding any calories or carbohydrates. According to the Coca-Cola Company, 1 can of Coke Zero contains 0 calories, 0 grams of sugar, and 0 grams of carbohydrates. One of the biggest concerns for people with diabetes is the effect that sugar and carbohydrates have on blood glucose level. Because Coke Zero contains no sugar or carbohydrates, it is often assumed to be a safe option for people with diabetes. However, some studies have suggested that artificial sweeteners may still have an impact on blood glucose level. A 2019 study published in the journal Diabetes Care found that drinking diet beverages, including Coke Zero, was associated with an increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes. The study followed over 100,000 participants for an average of 10 years and found that those who consumed more than 2 servings of diet beverages per day had a 30% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes than those who consumed less than 1 serving per month. While this study does not prove causation, it does suggest that regular consumption of Coke Zero and other diet beverages may be linked to an increased risk of developing diabetes. Another study published in the journal Nature in 2020 found that artificial sweeteners, including aspartame, may increase the risk of developing insulin resistance, a condition that can lead to type 2 diabetes. The study found that mice who consumed aspartame had higher blood glucose levels and were more likely to develop insulin resistance than those who did not consume aspartame. While this study was conducted on mice and not humans, it does suggest that artificial sweeteners may have a negative impact on insulin sensitivity. Despite these findings, it is important to note that many other studies have found no link between the consumption of artificial sweeteners and blood glucose levels or diabetes risk. A 2020 review of the research published in the journal Nutrients concluded that there is no clear evidence that artificial sweeteners have a negative impact on blood glucose levels or diabetes risk in humans. While the impact of Coke Zero on blood glucose levels and diabetes risk is still up for debate, there are other health concerns to consider when it comes to consuming this beverage. For example, Coke Zero is an acidic beverage that can harm tooth enamel and potentially lead to dental decay if consumed in excess. Additionally, the caffeine in Coke Zero may increase heart rate and blood pressure in some individuals, which can be a concern for those with heart conditions. Furthermore, some research suggests that the consumption of artificial sweeteners, including those found in Coke Zero, may be associated with other health issues. A 2017 study published in the journal Stroke found that people who consumed more than 1 artificially sweetened beverage per day were at a higher risk of developing stroke or dementia than those who consumed less than 1 per week. However, it is important to note that this study only found an association and cannot prove causation. Diet sodas and tooth erosion. Similarly to regular soda, drinking diet sodas like Coke Zero is associated with an increased risk of tooth erosion. One of the main ingredients in Coke Zero is phosphoric acid. One study on human teeth noted that phosphoric acid causes mild enamel and tooth erosion. Another study observed that Coca-Cola Light, which differs from Coke Zero only in that it contains both phosphoric and citric acid, caused enamel and tooth erosion in freshly extracted cow's teeth in just 3 minutes. Still, keep in mind that citric acid has been found to erode teeth more than phosphoric acid, which suggests that Coke Zero may affect tooth enamel slightly less than Diet Coke. Additionally, Diet Coke had less erosive effects than other beverages, such as Sprite, Mountain Dew, and apple juice. Other potential downsides. Artificially sweetened beverages like Coke Zero have been linked to other health issues, including increased risk of heart disease. An observational study found a link between artificially sweetened beverages and an increased risk of heart disease among women with no prior history of heart disease. Increased risk of kidney disease. The high phosphorus content in sodas may cause kidney damage. A study noted that those who drink more than 7 glasses of diet soda per week doubled their risk of kidney disease. Could alter your gut microbiome. Several studies indicate that artificially sweetened beverages can alter your gut microbiome, causing poor blood sugar control. May increase osteoporosis risk. One study observed that daily cola intake was associated with a lower bone mineral density of 3.7–5.4%. Similar results were found for those who drank diet cola beverages. Further research is needed to determine the exact effects of Coke Zero and other diet beverages on our health. Myth versus fact. The diet soda myth. Because Coke Zero and other sugar-free sodas don't have any carbs, they won't do a diabetic any harm. They are a neutral beverage as far as health concerns go. The truth about diet sodas. It's true that these drinks contain no carbs, therefore they don't affect your blood sugar level. The fake sugars used in sugar-free sodas can have health consequences like weight gain, intense sugar cravings, and further metabolic imbalance in the body. Diet sodas are not neutral at all because they only have negative side effects and they offer no nutrition in return. Other delicious alternatives. People with diabetes should avoid artificial sweet drinks, and they can opt for tender coconut water that provides hydration and various antioxidants. Also, one should avoid adding extra sugar to homemade beverages. Traditional Indian cold drinks such as buttermilk and sharbat are also deemed safe for consumption by diabetics. Therefore, one can opt for a cold glass of buttermilk when they are craving something cold like a soft drink. However, one should remember that they ought not to add more salt than recommended salt intake because even that is harmful to people with diabetes. Another option for a cold and refreshing drink is to make sharbat. Sharbat, just like homemade soda, uses water as a solvent. Instead of sugar, you can also use stevia leaves or fresh fruits as natural sweeteners. In conclusion, everyone knows that diabetes is a chronic condition that affects how food converts into energy and body. When the body breaks down food into glucose, insulin lets it into the body's cells. However, in diabetes, the body is either producing low quantities of insulin or does not use insulin optimally. Hence, it is crucial to control the blood glucose levels in the body. There are tremendous benefits to eating healthy and exercising. A healthy diet and regular movement help regulate blood glucose levels. Research says that dietary components tend to impact our blood glucose levels significantly. For example, the body derives sugar or glucose from carbohydrates present in food. With all these alternatives and healthy moderation, people with diabetes can indulge in their drinks of choice while also ensuring good health.
If you enjoyed this video, kindly press the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe with notifications on, so that you don't miss out on videos like this. Thank you for watching.